Hi there again everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I feel like my hair is very poofy today, but we're just going to roll with it. So I'm very cash today, so I thought I would just jump on and film a like Valentine's date night look, because Valentine's is coming up and who doesn't want to look fabulous for a date? So I just thought I would film a look. I don't know where I'm going to go with it, which I usually never do, so I'm thinking like pinks and reds, and we're just gonna jump right into the video. You know, why the hell not? Don't forget to subscribe, and we're just gonna jump right into it. Okay, so that is eyebrows and eye base done. I used the W7 Super Brows. I've just used this in a recent video. I say recent video, I filmed it in December. I've not published it yet, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I liked it when I did the video, but now I've used it again, I'm kind of not sure. So you know, these things happen. And the P. Louise base that I forgot to put the lid back on, and in Rumour 02. So yes, let's get these eyes done. I'm going to use a couple of palettes today. I'm going to use my main squeeze from Glowup, because that's got some gorgeous like reds and pinks in there, and I'm going to use the Morphe, what is this, 9V Vintage Rose, and I got, oh, finger in it, I got this from TK Maxx for £6.99, so I think it's an absolute steal. But I mean, how gorgeous is that, just for like an everyday palette, and obviously incorporating it with some really bold colours or some really more intense colours, you can create an intense palette. But it's vintage rose, but I just think it looks so nice. I mean, I've not used it yet, so we're just gonna roll with it, aren't we? So I'm going to take a really small brush. I'm going to take my Peaches and Cream PC07 brush, and I think I'm going to go in with Like It's Hot, which is this colour here from the Colourpop Main Squeeze palette. And I'm gonna, I don't know how far out I'm going to go, but I'm just going to go with it. So I'm just going to pat that on the outer portion and just slightly higher than the crease. I may even put some pigment on, you know. Date night glam and all that. Okay, so I think those are quite even. I do have really unsymmetrical features. This eyebrow is completely different to this eyebrow, and it takes me so long to get them right. And the same with my eyes. This eye is more hooded and droopier than this eye. You know, we can't be perfect, can we? So it does take me ages to get it looking as even as possible, and the reason I go just slightly above my natural crease is because I have hooded eyes. So just to go slightly above and use all of the lid space that I've got, just to give us a fabulous look. And if we're going to put pigment and glitter on the lid, we want to be able to see it. We don't want to be able to not see it when. That makes sense. We don't want to be able to, you know, not appreciate it when my eyes are open. So I think I'm going to go in with a slightly lighter shade, but I think they may just meld into one colour. So I'm going to go in with, what's this one called? Froze, and that's that one there. And I'm going to take this on a slightly, let's lock it back on that, a slightly fluffier brush, but not really fluffier, and I'm just going to tap some of the excess off. And those colours are like super similar, so one to kind of diffuse the other does work quite well. Kind of wishing I'd gone a little bit higher up with my base and be able to blow it out a little bit more, but you live and learn. You live and learn. Okay, so I'm going to take this like other flatter brush, and I'm going to take some of the white. These have got names, but it comes on a piece of plastic. So I'm going to take a That's Classic from the Morphe palette and just put that into my brow bone to just try and diffuse that a little bit more, and it's made it go a little bit peachy. I'll just see what happens. I don't know, I don't think I'm keen on the base there. I might take the base off. That's a little bit better, that's a bit softer. Just going to pat that in and then take that other fluffy brush and blend them together again. And I will do the same on the other side. Okay, so I want to deepen up the outer portion a little bit, but I don't want to deepen it up too much, which is why I got this Vintage Rose palette out. I think I'm going to go in with this colour right here, and this is called Forget Me Not. There is red bottoms in that one, in the Colourpop palette, but I think that one may be a little bit better, but we might deepen it up with the other one as well. You just don't know, do you? So I'm going to take this dense fluffy brush and just go in with that. I'm going to use it to pack it on and then just buff that out with one. See, that looks super dark. With one of the other brushes, probably the one that had the deeper red on. Just going to pat that on there and then take this brush, which is like my detail brush. I'm going to get a little bit of red on it. Like It's Hot, and just kind of go back over what was already there and then kind of blend that brown into the eyeshadow, and then take this fluffy brush and just fluff it. This is the one that I used for the second colour. Just fluff it along there as well, and then just blend that outwards. That looks quite nice, deepened up like that. I don't want to go too far with it, which is, I mean, that other colour, as gorgeous as it is probably just going to look a little bit too much. So I'm just going to do the same on this side as well, and I'm going to look a little bit further out with this one, because why the hell not, it's going to be Valentine's Day. I keep wanting to go in the palette that I've got hold of, but I've not taken the film off the mirror for that one. I didn't think I'd take it off and blind you with it. Not today. Okay, so I do feel like I want to fluff that darker like brown red out a little bit, but I don't want to go too dark, so I'm going into the Morphe palette again and taking the colour Blossom, which is this colour here, and I'm going to take this Doll Beauty brush and just use it to kind of wing it out a little bit. I'm not overly keen on this Doll Beauty brush, you know. I feel like it's a bit harsh. I just kind of bought it because I like the look of it. But yeah, I do feel like it's a slightly harsh brush. Does anybody have any other Doll Beauty brushes that they like? Because let me know in the comments down below, because I really do need not necessarily new brushes, but like different types of brushes, and I just want to know which brand you guys buy, because obviously the Morphe, I love Zoeva brushes as well. I have got some Beauty Bay ones. I'm just going to go back in with the other reddy colour from Morphe, because I don't really like that. Not gonna lie, and I think it's kind of, I spoil it a little bit, but you live and learn. Okay, I'm going to take a clean brush. I'm going to take this Spectrum B07, and I'm just going to spend a bit of time blending that outwards and upwards. Don't worry about the mess, because we can clean it up with concealer. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, I don't know whether to cut the crease and go in with some pigment or just go in with pigment. I've got this loose eyeshadow from Peaches and Cream called Kitten, and it is, I'm just going to put some in the lid so hopefully you can see it. Tip it upside down, it might go in the lid. No, you can't see it. Put some on my finger. This gorgeous like pinky nude, and that's a loose eyeshadow, but it's glittery, so and I really like the idea of that going on my lid. So do I cut it or do I just throw some of this shimmer in it? I'm gonna cut the crease. I'm gonna put some of that on. So concealer brush and some more base. I'm going to go with my P. Louise base again. I always put this on the back of my hand. I look like I'm crying red tears, so I'm just going to put some of that P. Louise base on the back of my hand. And I'm going to get my concealer brush, give it a good swirl around. I don't want to use too much because it does make my eyes look pretty heavy, and I just like to pinch it so that is nice and flat and nice and tight. And I'm gonna put some on my lid and do the trick of opening my eyes, and hopefully that will show me where the best place to cut my creases. It doesn't always work for me. I mean, you can go all out and cut the lid with some Vaseline and whatnot, but I just want it to look a bit like a cut crease, but not need to be overly neat, if you know what I mean. And I have picked up some of my NYX glitter primer, but I don't think I'm going to need it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to see how I go. Because I think if I do this and then I do glitter primer as well, it's just gonna start coming off. It's just gonna start coming away, and that is not what we want. And I always do this like one eye at a time. I feel like I barely spoke through putting the eyeshadow on, and now I've got this intricate part I can't shut up. I don't know why I felt like the need to concentrate so much more on the other parts, but I obviously did. Okay, so I'm going to take a flat brush, so I can find a flat brush, and I'm going to go in with the loose eyeshadow. That was actually quite nice with just a white lid, to be honest with you, but I'm going in with this. It's like a nudie pink, and I'm here for it. I love it. Oh yes, 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 yes. I love that. Obviously not this here, but we will tidy that up. I feel like all these, you know, you shouldn't compare yourself to anyone else. You absolutely shouldn't compare yourself to anyone else. But I feel like all these other YouTubers just like so neat with the makeup, and it doesn't go all down the faces, and I'm just there like it's everywhere for a certain amount of time. And I just don't care. I'm just gonna deepen that red up a little bit again. The Like It's Hot on my more detailed peaches brush, and I'm going to take a brush that I used to just diffuse that colour, and I'm going to use this to blend the red and the brown into the peaches eyeshadow, because I don't want it to look rough. I don't know why it seems to happen, but I've got 3 brushes in my hand. What happened? Why have I got so many brushes in my hand? Okay, so I'm gonna, because this takes a while, I'm going to go and do the pigment on the other eye, and I'm going to throw on some lashes, and should I do liner? You know what, I think I'm going to do liner. I'm just going to go in with this, what brand is this? Soap and Glory Super Cats just gel eyeliner, and I'm not going to wing it, I'm just going to line it, because I just think it will add something when lashes are on. Really do think that when the lashes go on, that line is just gonna make it come together. So I'm gonna go and make tidy this up, put some lashes on, make this eye look like this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so they are looking super nice. I'm absolutely loving it. Just living my best life right now. And in the intro to this video I did say I hope you're all having a good day, but it's Friday night, so cheers. So I'm going to do my base now before I do my under eye, because I feel like my under eyes are looking very like cakey and crease these days. So I'm going to try and put the concealer on. I usually do put a base down before I put a shadow on my under eye. However, I don't know if the base is getting a bit thick for my 42-year-old under eyes. Who knows? So I'm going to do my base. And we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Now I just have a little minis of these, and I do like this, but I'm not sure I'll go ahead and buy the full size one, because there's that many new primers and products come out all the time that buying the full size products, they're probably going to go off before you even get round to using them all, which is why I love these little mini things. And this just gives me a nice glow, and I have found that at the moment, I mean, I've always had like broken capillaries here, but there's like little broken veins there. Ever since being quite young I've always had that, but I feel like my skin is getting a little bit more like uneven and a bit more textured, and I'm also getting like a few red patches here and spots, and I'm getting a few more hormonal spots in my old age as well. Whether that's hormone changes, I don't know, but I'm hoping to figure out the best primers and whatnot for my skin, which is another reason why I like the little pots, because, you know, as hormones change, and not just as you get a little bit older, just as the weather changes, as hormones change, as, you know, your skin does change, then the way you do your base and your foundation will change. So for skin, because I want to be a little bit glowy but not like too glowy, I'm going to go in with this Lancome tint Visionaire, and that is the product right there. I do love this, and it has like a concealer in the top. Now it's quite a thick consistency concealer, so I'm not going to use it on my under eye, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of a flat brush, and I'm just going to put it where those broken capillaries are, like around my nose, and a couple of little red spots there on my chin. I mean, you could even do this with your finger if you wanted to. I'm just doing it with a little brush. And here, noticing, because I've always had quite open pores, so you could do this with your finger, but I am finding that the skin is definitely more textured, just like in recent months than it has been. So I'm just going to tap that in with my finger. But it is all about finding what works for you. I'm not going to go in the beauty blender today, because I used a W7 beauty blender in my last video and I hated it, and I was like, oh my god, it's furry, and I figured out it's like one of those microfiber ones, and so I haven't really got that many clean, so I'm going to go in with like a dual fibre brush, and I'm just going to pop 2 pumps of that on the back of my hand, give it a little swirl, and just very lightly put that on my face. I do love this foundation. I love the Lancome foundations as a whole. They're just so expensive. I mean, I'm not sure how much this is. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's £40 at Boots. I think I paid about that for it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it is pricey. But there are pricier foundations out there that I don't think are quite as worth it. So if I didn't love it, then I wouldn't use it. One thing I will say though is this foundation does oxidise. I don't know if you can see, I'll just try and show you. You can see like it goes on a lot lighter than it actually is, so I would adjust your shade accordingly. It's not like really badly oxidised, it just oxidises. And I suppose it's £40, but you do get the concealer in the lid as well. I mean, there's like the line there, so, and obviously that's not going to be full of concealer, but it says how many mils it gets. It does say that this is for dark spots, pores and wrinkles though, so, you know, winning. 2.8 grams, so 30 ml plus 2.8 grams, which isn't bad really. And I just try and very lightly buff that in. Like, my hair's all over the place. It is very high today, my hair. I may have to give it a quick straighten. And when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's just going to be a vibe. You know, maybe I should film at night more and do a little drinky poos. Because why the hell not? So yeah, you can see I'm getting some texture here as I get, and I never used to like have a lot of texture or anything. You know, I'm not like gonna cry about it, I just wish it wasn't there. Okay, so for concealers, today I have 2 concealers. I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in shade 3 and my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Light. Now, I've got the 2 because I find that the NARS in Light is a bit dark for like brightening up my under eyes. It's darker than most of my foundations, and this Anastasia one is very light. So one's quite orange and one is quite light. It's not even got a pinky undertone, it's just light. So I'm going to take that on the concealer brush and mix the 2 together and just conceal. I'm going to put some there, some there, and put them on my forehead. Nice line down the nose, end of the nose, top of the lip, chin, and let's smile about it. Okay, so for what's on my face, I'm going to take this buffing brush and just pat that in. What is this? It is a Beauty Bay brush called In the Buff, and I'm using it for buffing. Don't know why I felt that was important. And on my under eyes, I'm just going to very, very lightly brush that around and blend that in. Okay, so my memory card ran out in the middle of talking, and I can't find my spare, so I've had to get everything off this memory card onto the computer so I don't lose it. So I've just had to sit here, and I've almost finished my bit. I'm watching an episode of Vikings because it took forever. So I've not set my face, but I've put I blended the concealer in because I didn't want to sit there for 45 minutes. And if anyone hasn't watched Vikings, check it out. It's quite an old series on Amazon Prime, but I'm really enjoying it. So I just kind of blended that up and through, and as you can see, because it's not been set, it is creasing. So I'm just going to pat that in with my finger as well, but it will crease when it's not set down. And I'm just going to use my Revolution Make. What is this? It's just translucent setting powder, and I'm just gonna lightly just press that under the eyes. I have ordered, because I was doing an ordering next, some of the Laura Mercier. I don't know why I said it like that either. I'm obviously getting very late. Laura Mercier under eye setting powder. Now, I've never really bought into the Laura Mercier powder whole situation, but if I like that, I may buy the face setting powder. But I haven't really got an under eye setting powder, and haven't got a powder that I would particularly like for under eyes. I do love the Essence. It's a pressed powder. I'm just going to use this to do the rest of my face, to be honest with you. It is a pressed powder for setting the under eye, and I ran out of it and I can't really find it again. I think I'm going to check out Amazon for it, because I really would love the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder as well, which you can't really get, and I have found it on Amazon. But I'm trying to like use up products before I'm like really buying any more, so there's only really using it on myself and maybe my sister and my niece and things like that. So am I ever going to use it all before it goes out of date? Probably not, and it just seems such a shame and such a waste to just have it sat there not being used. So I am trying to use up more products before I buy any more, but I just can't resist. This is the problem with loose powders as well, they'll just go everywhere. So I am going to do my under eye, and I'm going to take this like small fluffy detail brush, and I'm going to go in with what am I going to go in with? No, I'm going to take a fluffy brush, like a flat fluffy brush. This is PC 30, and I'm going to go in with Like It's Hot. I'm just going to take the smallest amount on the end of the brush, and I'm just going to run that like in my waterline very lightly. Not my waterline, like my lash line. Just run that into the outer portion of my eye as well. Okay, so I'm going to go with that first detail brush that I picked up, and go in with the brown from the Morphe palette and run that very, very close to my lash line. Really close. Might blend that into the other colour and up into the corner there. Okay, I'm going to take my mascara, and I use the Aldi La Ruca, however you say it, Too Legit mascara. I'm not a massive fan of this, but I just want to use it up. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the Morphe palette, and this is called Flourish, which is this colour right here, and that's like pearlescent glitter. And I'm just going to put that on my inner corner, just to kind of finish off the look a little bit. And I think I might put some white in my waterline. I literally get eyeshadow everywhere. How come everyone else can do this without getting it? Do I just put too much product on my brush? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why is it always all over my face? Am I just a messy cow? Is that what it is? So I've got my NYX Slide On Glide On liner, and put that in my waterline. Okay, so I think that's the eyes finished. I don't think I can do much more with them, because that might be a bit of overkill then. Anyway, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Cheek Parade palette. I've not used this in a long time, and I'm going to go in with Hula Light. Now, I love this Hula Light, and this is one of the few products I've actually hit pan on. I also love the Dandelion blusher, so I might use that one. I am going to contour as well, but I just want to warm my face up a little bit with this bronzer. So, but I do like to kind of make sure I'm getting my bronzer just right into my hairline, for want of a better term, simply because if you don't, you kind of end up with just a line. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Don't know if it makes sense to everybody else. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this Sleek Face Contour Kit in medium. I love these little sleek contour kits, and I haven't used this in ages. So I'm just going to take this on a, what is it? Beauty Bay Contour Queen. I'm just going to very lightly, because I do feel like the look justifies a contour. So I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to soften it up just slightly. See how I've got that line there now, but we're going to fix it. I'm going to go back in with this bronzing brush and just kind of diffuse it out a little bit, because I want a contour, but I don't want a harsh contour. Is harsh contour even a thing anymore? I feel like no one does it nowadays. Just do what you like, really. Sometimes I feel like a harsh contour, and sometimes I don't. Okay, so I think that's looking super nice. I might do a little bit of contour on my nose, because, you know, it's Friday night and I've got nowhere to go. I'm just going to take this flat brush and just... and then I'm going to take the brush that I used with powder and just blend it. Blend, blend, blend. Has anyone seen the reverse contour where you put contour all over your nose and then put the white down the middle? Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll do a video of TikTok hacks. You never know. So I do think I'm going to use the Dandelion and Rocketeer, which is this here, mixed together, and I'm just going to pat that on my cheeks. I want like a nice glow. We're coming up to spring. I want a glow. I'm not sure that's pink enough for the look, you know. Is it okay? I think it's okay. A little bit across the nose. And I like to go up into my temples with my blush, because I just love blush. I'm in love with blush. Okay, so contour. I have got this Lancome Bronze and Glow Californian Glow Creator Sun-Kissed Effect, and it says your pink glow shot, and I've had this for ages and I hardly ever use it. Obviously I don't really want to bronze with this, but I'm just thinking it might be a nice highlighter. So I'm just going to take this on whatever this is, Sigma tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to run all over that and just see how... See, that's good. That's got a nice glow to it, hasn't it, really? I don't know why I don't use it. So obviously I wouldn't use it as a bronzer because it's too glowy. It's very powdery as well. I've had it for ages and just never picked it up, which is just so wrong, really, isn't it? Can you see all the powder coming off it though? It's like a golden... Obviously it's golden bronze there, and on the outside it's pink and white. But you get the pink and white, you run it across the bronze part of it, and I think it's giving me like a gold highlight without being too gold for me, because gold highlight does not suit me. I haven't got the right skin tone. I wish I was a golden goddess, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm going to set my face. I'm going to straighten my hair a little bit because I think it's a bit bouffant, and then I'm going to come back and do lips. Okay, so I feel like I look too shiny, so I'm just going to use some of my Kimchi Puff Puff Pass, because I love this. I just feel like a little bit too shiny here, and I've set my face and everything. Oh, that's a bit better. I like a really shiny then. And I used a shiny... What did I use? I used the Iconic London, and I have this in a different bottle because my bottle broke. So I'll put it in a normal spray bottle. that I now can't get out of the drawer. For a normal spray bottle, but the iconic London Light Glow spray. I bought it because it was on special offer, but I've got to admit I'm not a massive fan. It just looked nice in a bottle. About it really. I've straightened my hair because it was like huge. I'm going to use my MAC chestnut lip pencil because I feel like I want a dark lip liner. Okay, so I've gone quite far in with that. I'm just going to take a lip brush and just like buff it into the lips. And you could do this with a flat brush, I suppose. Okay, and I'm going to take this Essence Come Naturally, like purpley lip, purpley nudie pink. And I'm going to take that same pencil and just, I feel like I need a little bit more at the bottom. Just blend the two together with your brush. This doesn't look really harsh. Put a little bit of gloss on. This is the Maybelline Hyaluronic Acid Gloss in Petal 005. There's a little bit of that on the middle, I think. Does anybody feel like hay fever's coming early? I'm not going to lie, my nose and my eyes have been a bit... Okay. That is the finished look. I would be more than happy with this for Valentine's Day. I'd be more than happy if I got to go anywhere to wear a look like this for Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna lie. But I have a 7-year-old child, so chances of that are rather slim to none, let's face it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to film more videos like this. If there's any makeup looks you want to see, then please pop a comment down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that jazz, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!